Alright, boys. You come to this channel for the collections, okay? So whenever there's nothing new coming in, what I'm going to try to do is revisit some older things I may have not done reviews on. Lately, I don't know what it is. I've seen I haven't been able to get over here to the warehouse for a minute either. So that's another thing. Just transporting back and forth always is kind of hard. But I saw this Getter Dragon on sale. My third one. But anyway, third Fewture model. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? I want to compare that to the Sentinel. And then I'm thinking, you know what? I want to compare that to some SOC and the other Getter Dragon repaint by Fewture. Fewture is by far my favorite company. Fewture, Artstorm, it's whatever. Just look up both. So, I'm going to get into some of these guys here. And like I said, I'm into a Getter Dragon phase right now. I was into a Mazinger phase. I still love that Guy King from King Arts. That has to be, I don't know what it is. It has to be my favorite figure. It's heavy. It's awesome. The paint's great. I think that's one of King Arts' best, if not best figure. Especially the new one that came out for people who don't want to deal with the armor and they just want a figure. But we're going to get in here to Getter Dragon. We're going to just kind of play with some of it. Check it out. A little bit of posability. And compare what I think makes Fewture so great as opposed to any other company out there. And I have a duplicate Mazinger 1969 Fewture. He's just kind of hanging out. Before we really get into it, can you do me a favor and look at this? Also, like and subscribe. Share the video. This is Mazinger 1969 here, boys. Yes, this is a Getter Dragon video. But I'm going to get some stuff together here. I'm going to take you guys on a ride. I'm going to try to... I know I don't usually like to keep try not to keep the videos long and they run over, but this might be a little lengthy one. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet. All my videos are off the cuff, unedited. The only thing I do is pause the videos. I'm going to tell you right now. This is the Getter Dragon Sentinel. And for what it's worth, Sentinel is probably... it's hard, guys. I don't want to say my least favorite company because they do make some quality robots. The joints are quality. The plastic's quality. You know, it's just there's a lot of plastic. It's not enough die cast. I don't even think they're a full metal frame like Mosho, CCS. A lot of their portions are kind of out of whack to me. So if you're collecting the Riobot line, which this is from, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to add up. Even with the Soul of Chogokin along the line somewhere, it seems that they stray. It's like, listen, if I'm buying the line, make it in scale. Make one in scale and one to go with the line instead of doing these stupid black repaints all the time. You know, make more of a in-scale one. I know some robots would be huge, but still. Those would be a DX or whatever. But this guy poses himself. Sentinel's okay, but I think they're overpriced and the lack of die cast. I mean, if you want a great, more or less plastic figure, not totally plastic, don't get me wrong, then yeah, go with Sentinel if you got the money for it. I mean, they're just, like I said, it's quality, but I think it's just overpriced. They're stylized and not enough die cast. Little closer look here. Want to say also shout out to my row bros. You know who you are. Kind of new channel. If you want to show him some love, is Collectibles Hub. He has some cool stuff going on. He does other stuff just besides Goken. So we got this. We have this Mazinger Z here. All right. And the waist was a little loose. Now you see there, it unclicked. Look at that, boys. Nice and tight. So inside here is just some remnants from the Kiki. Now, one of the tools here is a little duster. See? It didn't get it all, but you go in here and you can use like a little, you know, paintbrush, and it clears right off. So I'll get into it after. I just wanted to give you, or show you guys, just a little bit how to keep the stuff clean. I'm sure most of you already know. But yeah, the canned air is one of the best. Couple scuffs, but you know what? I'm telling you right now, look at the head just comes off. Nothing crazy. You can see it's just automatic. It's going to happen. The paint rubs from the friction. So if you see that black line there, and it just goes right on perfectly. He comes with the jet and hover pile there. I just threw the jet in there because he's a badass. I've done a review on the Grendizer. And in the Grendizer, when you connect his spacer, double spacer, in the back they give you a little piece of plastic so the paint doesn't rub. He did not come with one, and I think this connects on. The way these connect on, I never cared for. I mean, Fewture's my favorite, but they're not without their flaws. So the tolerances and things like that, you know, you could have some metal rubbing. You want to be careful of a lot of stuff. So the inside of the fist here for the rocket punch effect, I love the big chunky magnet. Look at that. Could rub on the indentation here. So you just want to be careful putting it back nice and easy. I know some people put a little piece of, you could get that thin Teflon tape that they use, plumbers use. Something to put in there just to prevent it. Of course, if you keep it in the box and don't play with it, is the best option for the most part in, you know, climate-controlled environment. So we have here the Jet Scrander, and this is a Taku Sato design. He's passed away. They took his sketches after he had passed away and just interpreted them the best they could. And I'm telling you, these designs are stylized, badass. You hear that Kiki working? Ugh, you guys, that's very satisfying. It's just, I didn't have to put it in there, but it's just, it was just so loose. It was just back and forth. It would twist like that. So getting back to the design of the Scrander, I don't want to take it off because it's kind of a pain. So there's a little flap that comes out like that, and it has a hook down. So it's almost like a little L that comes out of the Scrander. I can't bend my finger like that, but anyway, it's a piece of the body flap comes out like that, and then that's supposed to like hook onto it. It's weird. It's kind of hard and finicky, but once you know how to do it, it's on. But it's still kind of a bitch. So this is the original color Mazinger Z 1969 by Fewture. And now we're going to get over to some Getter Dragon. I just like this. I just like this one so much. There's so many Mazingers out there. So I want some badass ones that stand out. I want one that represents him, anime badass with the sleek design. And then I also want one showing about the inner animal. I think Mazinger Z, they kind of took this design and went next level with it because they know this was so badass. They had to do something. So I'm sure this guy came out before the invention of Mazinger Z. So I can almost guarantee, let me know in the comments below if they based it off of Taku's design. Again, if you look through the catalog, I should have done a review on all these guys for the most part. But yeah, these just come off simply. For me, I would recommend, because if you can see, they are a slight hexagonal shape. Okay, it's not a circle, these gray pegs. Yeah, that's a better angle. Okay. What I would do, I wouldn't just rotate the arms. Puts less stress on the plastic in there. And you can see in here, it's not a circle. So what I would do is just take them out and gently plug them into whatever position. You can rotate them in there, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. Clicky joints here. You got the bicep. You got forearm swivel because you have that piece, the rocket punch effect. And then while bending the elbows, honestly, I would just take them, bend them like that first before you put the hands on. Just because if you try to bend it, you're going to bend, it's going to want to do this. And you're going to probably screw up the paint. Oops, sorry. It's going to want to do this, and you're probably going to screw up the paint. So I would take this off, bend the elbow, put that on. Just a little hint of caution there. I would also use the stands for these because these are heavy Goken. And I've seen some videos or pictures where the plastic gets deformed over time because of the heft. So you have the different things here. You have, it's weird because you see how this is almost like a plastic frame. You see the plastic elbow joints, then you have the metal forearms. These are plastic. The biceps are plastic. You know, you can't put too much metal in the arms because you don't want them to sag down. Like the legs are just tree trunks. You can just load them up. Metal shoulder pads, metal forearms. So the EX Goken didn't spare any expense when it came to the metal. That's what's so nice about them. What I was getting to is it's like a plastic frame and all the metal's on the outside, which is amazing. The one downside to that is you have a stronger outside but a weaker frame. So the clicky joints with the heavy metal over time could just get worn out. So you just want to be careful of that. That's the only thing that's kind of crappy about doing a lot of metal. But if you have some high quality plastic, I guess that would probably be the best answer other than doing a metal frame. I mean, could you imagine if this guy had a metal frame with all this? I mean, this is die cast, this is die cast, all this is die cast, the chest is die cast. This figure here has to be about 85% die cast, and that's no joke. The Scrander's not die cast at all. I think just the tip here is die cast. The wings spin around for Scrander mode. They're on clicky joints. So again, one last look at that. And I'm sorry, in case I forgot to tell you. So I just cut a piece of, I was getting back to talking about the Grendizer, the double spacer. It even shows in the direction it comes with a piece of plastic with a slit cut in it. So when you put the back, it doesn't rub the paint. I just did this. I used a sandwich baggie. Same idea. Not a big deal. So I'm sorry if I forgot to say that earlier, but I just wanted to come back and mention that. That's all I did. Very easy, any plastic for the most part. And it hooks on, so if you just lift this up, it'll easily come detached, and then it's kind of a pain to get it like clicked in there the right way back on. So that's why I wanted to show you guys that. I think I forgot to tell you. Here is the Sentinel Riobot Getter Dragon G, I believe. So I'm just telling you right now, I'm gonna do another video. I didn't realize I was gonna go on a little longer about the Mazinger. So I'll just do another video. We're gonna do all the Getter Dragons I have. We're gonna check them all out and do a review there. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.